From June 23rd till the 28th, I took a trip to London, England. This was my third time visiting England, but this was also my very first time visiting London. The reason I took a trip to the UK again was for two special events. The first was the 85 years of letting off steam, and the second is the Bluebell Railway model railway show. Before going to these two events, I had the opportunity to fully explore and experience London, and it was such a great place to ever visit. I got to go on the London Eye, and it was remarkable to see such a spectacular views and sights of London. I am on the London Eye. There's the view of London that you can see. I then rode on the ferry boat and passed the Tower Bridge, which was really awesome to see the Tower Bridge in person. Afterwards, I got to see Big Ben, and it was really lovely to hear the bells from Big Ben in London. I also bought the 80th anniversary Trackmaster duck from Hamley's Toy Store to add in my Thomas collection, and I also bought the second book of the Railway series, Thomas the Tank Engine, at Waterstone's bookstore for the evening event when I meet Christopher Awdry. A little later that day, I took a visit to the Great Ormond Street Hospital to see the statue of Peter Pan, where it's still there today. The Great Ormond Street Hospital is the place where they own the copyright of Peter Pan, given by the creator of Peter Pan, Sir James Matthew Barrie. A little fun fact, the Great Ormond Street Hospital is also credited in the 1953 Disney classic for allowing Walt Disney to have permission for the animated film rights of Peter Pan. Hence why I was wearing the Peter Pan shirt. June 25th is the day of the 85 years of letting off steam event. But before going to that show, I've met up with Smurfy Dan again since Awdry Extravaganza, who took me to visit the Soho Square to visit two special landmarks. The first building was formerly Richard Williams' animation studio, where he worked half of his passion project, The Thief and the Cobbler, from 1964 till 1986, before moving his studio into a new building where he worked on Who Framed Roger Rabbit and worked half of The Thief and the Cobbler before his passion project unfortunately got taken away from him. I recommend watching the 2012 documentary film called Persistence of Vision by Kevin Schreck. That film explains the whole history of the making of The Thief and the Cobbler, and you can watch that film on the Vimeo on demand. The second building is the Soho Square Studios, where most of the recording sessions for Thomas and Friends took place at. And I even take some pictures of my Thomas models that I've brought with me, my Ertl diecast models and my handmade Thomas model. Later afterwards, we headed over to the Conway Hall, where the evening event is at. While waiting in the VIP line, I got to meet Veronica Chambers once again since Awdry Extravaganza. As we entered in the Conway Hall, the gift bag was being given out to the Thomas fans, and I myself got my own little gift bag from them. After the VIP show, the fans and I wait in line to meet Christopher Awdry, and I was ever so thrilled that I got to meet Christopher Awdry for the very first time. And not only did he sign my book, but he also kindly signed my handmade baked clay model of Thomas, and he was really impressed with my model too. After his autographs, I also gave him an envelope with my 2 artworks I've made for Christopher of his favorite engine, Toby the Tram engine, one in the Railway series style, and the second in Thomas & Friends style. Not only the 2 artworks, but also 5 newer versions of the Builder's Plate pins that I've made for the Awdry family, which I added names on the pins. One for Christopher, one for Richard Awdry, one for Mark Chambers, one for Claire Chambers, and one for Veronica Chambers, which I've already gave to her while waiting in the line. Speaking of pins, I've made a new UK version of the Builder's Plate on the second week of June before traveling to London, England. So if anyone is interested, please feel free to order the new version of my Builder's Plate. The original version, however, will still be on my Redbubble shop, so that if anyone is interested in buying the original too. And as a reminder to myself of how proud I was with my first one, and as a special memory of how I've passed the original pins out to certain people I've met at Awdry Extravaganza. A quick little fun fact I should point out is that in the VIP show, a Thomas fan asked Christopher Awdry if he was familiar with the 1953 classic, The Titfield Thunderbolt, which Christopher confirms that he has indeed, and that he did also go to cinemas to watch that great comedy film in 1953. While waiting for the second show, I got to meet Brendan Cardy and his crew, and I've met Luke Ryan again since Awdry Extravaganza and managed to get his autograph on my Thomas model. Then I met TARDIS Rescue again since Awdry Extravaganza and also managed to get his autograph as well. Later, I've met Jonathan Asiama for the first time, and Ross Patterson, who I've met at Awdry Extravaganza. I even got to meet the author of the Thomas the Tank Engine Man, which I of course already have that book, who is also good friends with Wilbert Awdry, Brian Sibley, who also attended the event and kindly gave me his autograph on my Thomas model too. Here are some few pictures I've took during the evening show. After the evening show, I had a group photo of me with Smurfy Dan, Terrier 55 Stepney, and TARDIS Rescue, and then a big group photo of me with the fans before we all departed. Good night, everyone, and stay really useful! Stay unlikely! Stay unlikely! Stay unlikely! Everything. Have a good evening. Good night, Veronica. Have a good evening. On June 27th, to end off my last day in the UK, I got to go visit the Bluebell Railway for the very first time for the Model Railway Show. When arriving at the Bluebell Railway, I hopped aboard a train from East Grinstead to Sheffield Park, where the Model Railway is at. Once I was on board, I came across Smurfy Dan again, and we sat together while riding and checking out the beautiful views of the Bluebell Railway. Some new bluebells. Purple, obviously, but still bluebells.
Some of them. Well, mostly purple. Oh, look, that's cool.
Wow. Absolutely gorgeous.
Right time. That's nice.
Bluebells forever.
Yeah, that's right.
We stopped at Horsted Keynes and got out of the train to have a quick exploring around the station before heading back onto the train. This identical spot you see here, where Smurfy Dan and I are standing, is where it was featured in two films, the 1996 film, The Wind in the Willows, and the 2000 film, The Railway Children. When we got back on the train, I came across my Discord friend for the first time, Shaniac. While heading to the model railway show, I went into the steamworks and I came across two special engines in the shop. The first engine was the Southeastern and Chatham Railway C-Class number 592, which was used in the 1996 film The Wind in the Willows, and later in the 2000 film The Railway Children, with the fictional Great Northern and Southern Railway initials on the tender. The second engine is Captain Baxter number 3, which played Randy Stevenott number 3 in the 2014 Disney film Muppets Most Wanted. Once arriving in the model railway show, I've met Tom Jetski for the first time, who was featured in An Unlikely Fandom and was also one of those involved in the 1983 pilot Down the Mine. He kindly gave me his autograph on my Thomas model, and afterwards I had a group photo of me with the Sodor Engage 1 team and their layout, in which, by the way, is a really spectacular display. And here are some pictures that I've took of their Sodor Engage 1 setup. And here are some pictures that I've also took of the official Thomas & Friends props from the show that the Sodor Engage 1 team owns. Afterwards, I got to meet the group who are in charge of Wilbert's Farquhar branch layout, which I saw at Awdry Extravaganza, and their Tallyclyn Railway merch display. And I took some videos of Wilbert's models in action on the Farquhar branch layout.
Rein it in. I was going to go on, but Daisy is coming to the town. Was it texting your voice? Yeah, I'm trying to
Daisy arrived at 13:20.
We'll have a chat.
You'll take the stone to the harbour and to the Banstead Junction.
Exactly,
And while I was at the model railway show, I of course got to meet the famous Bluebell engine himself, Stepney, the first engine to be saved from scrap by the Bluebell Railway, and who appears in the 18th book of the Railway series, Stepney the Bluebell Engine, and also in the TV series of Thomas & Friends.
Bluebells forever, sighed Stepney.
I'm about to go inside Stepney the Bluebell engine's cab. Hello? Take a look inside. Wow. This is so wonderful. This is, I believe, is the whistle. Which it is, of course. Don't know if you can see the whistle. It's like behind this cab. There's the train pipe. There's the pressure. That is the handle that makes Stepney move. This is the brake, where the firemen just check on water. There's the firebox, where the driver, where the fireman shovels coal into it. Here are a few little pictures and a video of other models on the other displays at the Model Railway show that I've took.
So basically start slowing it down now.
After seeing the Model Railway show, I got to see British Railway's standard class 4MT tank engine number 80151, and I went inside the cab. Afterwards, I came across London Brighton and South Coast Railway Atlantic engine number 32424 named Beachy Head. And I even got to go inside Beachy Head's cab as well. After Beachy Head's departure, here are some moments and actions I took of the engine that is hauling the train that I'm riding on is Great Western 2900 class number 2999, beautifully named Lady of Legend. Now, get ready to experience the incredible journey of the Bluebell Railway from Sheffield Park to 2 upcoming stations till the final destination, East Grinstead. This little bridge that we're coming up is the bridge that was used in the 2000 film, The Railway Children. The next bridge that we stopped at before starting again was also used in The Railway Children, when 3 children stopped the engine that was hauling passengers to avoid the falling tree incident. The tunnel that we're coming up, called Sharpthorn Tunnel, was also used in The Railway Children, where Roberta, Phyllis, and Peter walked in to find the injured boy. Once I arrived at East Grinstead, I've met up with my friends Smurfy Dan and Shaniac on the train back to London before we departed. I had a really spectacular time at those two wonderful events, and I was ever so glad I got to attend them and never forget the fun adventures I had. I'd highly recommend following all social media accounts of the publishing company Full Steam Ahead, who they set up and are licensors of the 85 Years of Letting Off Steam event, and checking out the official Full Steam Ahead website for more updates, and if you want to buy any books written by Christopher Awdry. And I also recommend you follow all social media accounts of the Bluebell Railway, and also visit their website for more exciting events. And I even recommend you subscribe their official YouTube channel for more updates as well. And before ending off, here are the stuffs that I got from the 85 Years of Letting Off Steam event, and the stuff I bought from the Bluebell Railway, including the Awdry Extravaganza red bag that I got from the Model Railway Show, and added it to the rest of my Awdry Extravaganza bag collection.